Nintendo has lied to you again. They're trying to pull the wool over your eyes like they have before, this time with the upcoming Zelda game, Tears of the Kingdom. You heard me right. I said tears instead of tears, and I'll explain why with this first piece of evidence. Nintendo has really pushed in every trailer that Link has the ability to control time under certain circumstances in this game. But why? We believe the tears that are being referenced in the title of the game are actually holes, or tears in time, which is what allow Link to travel back in time in the first place, while also giving him control over time in general. If you look closely, during the last segment of the most recent trailer, Nintendo attempts to pull your attention away from what they hid in plain sight. Do you see it? If you blink, you might miss it. But there's a hidden tear that is obviously what Link is using to travel back in time. Now, Link is no stranger to time travel, as he's done so extensively in Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask especially. Let's take a look at this next clip from the most recent trailer. Link reverses a boulder with his new time-controlling powers, but pay very close attention to the music during this segment. Did you hear that? There's actually a hidden message from the game developers, subtly hinting at the fact that this game is a prequel.
I'm Shigeru Miyamoto. This is a prequel. Don't tell nobody.
When listening to this clip in reverse, the evidence is pretty damning. This next piece of evidence comes courtesy of my father, who works at Microsoft with insider information. If he didn't tell me that I needed to look for this, I would have never found it.
To find this hidden evidence, we have to go all the way back to one of the trailers from 2019. If you jump to the end, when the title is announced as a sequel, I had to crank the saturation and brightness on the image way up, as well as a few other tricks only I know. And you get this interesting message from the developers. How much clearer can that be?
Zelda, Zelda, Zelda. The series is named after her, yet she's not in the most recent trailer. And why, you might ask? Her hair. Nintendo was afraid that if they showed what her hair actually looks like again, everyone would figure out where they made their mistake. After going back and analyzing the first trailer, we found something that no one seemed to catch. If you pay close enough attention, you'll notice that Princess Zelda's hair is much shorter than the last time we've seen her. There are no known instances of scissors or barbers in the Zelda universe at any point. That leaves one of two reasons as to why her hair could be shorter. One, her hair grew backwards with the passage of time, unlikely. Or two, it's a prequel. We actually have an artist rendition of what her hair would have looked like if this wasn't a prequel.
Now for our final and most damning evidence, Micro brought me back in, as he thought it would be easier for an expert like me to explain the matter. If there's one thing I know about sequels, it's that they have the number 2 after them. Red Dead 2, The Last of Us 2, BioShock 2, Portal 2, Hyper Super Ultra Street Fighter 2 Turbo The Final Challengers Champions Edition HD Remix Jesus Christ Capcom. I don't see a 2 anywhere in the title for the latest Zelda game. If it was really a sequel, it would be called Breath of the Wild 2.
Now for the biggest bombshell in this whole video. We've been withholding this information because once you know the truth, you can never go back. This might diminish some of your enthusiasm for the upcoming game, so you've been warned. The newest Legend of Zelda is not only a prequel, but it is not a prequel to Breath of the Wild. No, Nintendo is using a series of misdirections and distractions to hide the game that the newest Zelda is truly a prequel to, The Wand of Gamelon.